Hey everybody, it's Korbin here with Korbin's Archery, and today I'm going to shoot a quick video on low kinetic energy bows. For example, the bow I'm going to be using is a Mathews Avail, which obviously you can get higher kinetic energy out of these bows, but this bow is set at 40 pounds and we're at a 24-inch draw length. And I want to just kind of show y'all what broadheads work well out of these bows, because we get asked all the time, oh, can I shoot a Rage? Can I shoot a Nat Kill Zone? Can I shoot this big expandable out of my wife's bow? Let's see about that. If you know me, I'm a big believer in our slick tricks, any other fixed blade that's made for these bows. But now Rage just came out with this SS low kinetic energy expandable broadhead, and what I wanted to show you with that is I just want to do a quick comparison. Let's go shoot it through some 4-inch thick foam and see if they both penetrate as far out of a 24-inch 40-pound bow, and let you make your own decision on that. And there are going to be a lot of people on our YouTube comments down below, oh, that's not blah blah blah, you know, you should have shot this or that. This foam's really thick, and everybody wants you to act like you're shooting plywood, and in reality most of us know that if you make a good clean shot, you're not going to be hammering that shoulder bone. You can actually shoot in the shoulder and not hit the shoulder bone. You can go clean through it too. But this foam causes enough friction that if you make it through that, you're going to make it through the deer you're shooting at with a good, well-placed shot. So just again, the disclaimer is don't expect us to be scientific and me give you the exact kinetic energy coming out of the bow. Just know it's low kinetic energy. The bow set at actually 43 pounds, 24-inch draw, and we are shooting these Kinetic Pierce 500s made by Gold Tip. I'm a big believer in these micro diameter arrows on these low kinetic energy bows just because of the friction as it enters the animal. We're going to start off our test with these Rages, and then we're going to go to a Slick Trick 85 grain standard, and you will see this is an 85 grain as well, just because that's what they make in the low kinetic energy. We'll catch you at the range. All right, everybody, this is the foam we're using, and you'll see the arrows go through it. That's what our plan is. For our first shot, it's coming with the Rage 85 grain low kinetic energy, and let's just see how well it penetrates the foam that you just saw. So as you can see, the Rage did not indent the plywood. Once it hit the plywood, it was done for. It did make it all the way through the foam. I mean, it would go clean through a deer. You want to avoid those straight on hits, but for the most part, that's a great kill shot, and those Rages will open up. All right, everybody, now we're going to shoot the Slick Trick 85 grain standard. And again, we're still going to be hitting this 4-inch thick foam, which we're just intimidating a light, thin skinned game animal. We're not talking about an elk or a grizzly bear or something like that. We're just talking about whitetail mainly, antelope, that sort of thing. The thick, highly condensed foam, and then behind it we've got our piece of plywood. The Rage did not make it into the plywood. Once it hit the plywood, it stopped because of the friction, but it did open up. It made us a really good shot through the foam. I consider that adequate for whitetail, and you'd have a normal Rage blood trail. If you know me, I'm also a big fan of these Slick Tricks, mainly the 100 grains. And we're gonna go ahead and shoot a 100 grain Slick Trick just for a comparison to see if it carries more kinetic energy through. Again, these are light poundage bows, light arrows, 85 grain tips. We're gonna see what happens. This is the Slick Trick 85 grain. It did not even hit the plywood behind it where the Rage did. It stopped. So the Rage obviously carried enough kinetic energy to make it through the foam and still hit the plywood, which is about 2 feet behind the foam. So just for y'all's knowledge, not that it makes a huge difference at all in the killing of an animal, because this would still kill any whitetail. It did look like once it hit the foam, it struggled more than the Rage did to get through. And we're back at it now with the 100 grain Slick Trick standard. We'll try to get that over there to the camera a little bit, and we're going to see if the extra 100 grains on the front of the arrow carries that kinetic energy, because I know some guys are going to talk to me about the added kinetic energy of the extra weight up front. So let's go ahead and see if it makes a difference. So we know the Slick Trick did not make it the extra feet behind the target to actually hit the plywood. The Rage did, but upon hitting the plywood, the Rage stopped. The foam took most of the kinetic energy out of it. Again, this is just to see if the 100 grain makes a difference on the Slick Trick. I'm not going to shoot a Rage because I know that the extra diameter of the Broadhead will make a difference. So here comes the Slick Trick 100 grain. There's your 100 grain Slick Trick. Nearly the exact same penetration that the 85 grain did, and the hole just below it, so it should actually be able to go further. The foam caused a lot of resistance. Said I wasn't going to, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot that 100 grain Rage out of the 40-pound, 24-inch bow, just so you can see if it makes a difference at all, if it slows it down. I do not recommend these out of low kinetic energy bows. So to be clear, we do not recommend regular Rages out of low kinetic energy bows. I do recommend the SS versions and the 85 grains with low kinetic energy that open up better, but let's go ahead and see what this one does. We just shot that Rage 100 grain, and as you can tell, the penetration, even compared to the 100 grain Slick Trick, is a lot better. We still had fully opened blades through this foam, which is going to be a little bit thicker, and wow, look at that cut that you would get. I don't recommend these out of a low poundage bow. And at this particular bow, I have the lady, she's not going to shoot past 20 yards, so please understand that as well. But as you're looking at this, decide what you want to shoot, but don't be hesitant to shoot these low kinetic energy Rages when even the 100 grain Rage did amazing.